Okay, let's call the meeting to order. How about Robin, if you'll lead us in the flag salute? Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Sunshine Law Statement. All requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been met for this meeting of the Board of Education of the Borough of Oradell. Notice of this meeting was filed with the Record and Town News and all persons requesting such notice. Mission statement. John, could you read the mission statement for us?
The Oradell Public School District is dedicated to the ongoing pursuit of educational excellence through comprehensive, innovative curriculum and instruction. The district is committed to providing opportunities for social, to foster curiosity, courage, and character. Our goal is to prepare us outside role models who are self-directed, resilient, productive, and responsible citizens.
Okay, thank you. Roll call.
Mrs. Needham,
Here.
Mr. Griffin, Mrs. Levy,
Here.
Mrs. Norian,
Here.
Mrs. Shapiro,
Here.
Mrs. Walker, Mr. Walsh, Mr. Darian, Mrs. Nichols.
Okay, open to the public for agenda items only. Do we have anyone from the public who would like to ask any questions about the agenda? Okay, I don't see any hands raised, so we'll go on. I'm not going to make any remarks tonight. We'll go right to the superintendent's report.
It's hard to believe that our previous meeting was only a month ago because it feels like so much has happened in our community since that time. We welcomed 12 new certificated staff members at our new staff orientation. The group includes second career teachers, those who have joined us from other districts and other states even, and also those just beginning their career. Altogether, they bring another 40 years of experience to Oradell Public School. They're diverse and they are talented. And as soon as we welcomed them in, it was time for our reopening webinar, which was conducted last week. When the school pandemic response team met, they shared that it was important to help parents see into OPS with regards to what classrooms and lunchrooms would look like. I believe the webinar was well received and helped alleviate some concerns. And what we said there and what we continue to believe is it's a work in progress. Every day we'll work to make something even better. Helping families see into OPS was also the focus of our new family scavenger hunt. You'll still see the QR codes hanging around the hallways. And Mrs. Hawley also shared a website with the video that families were able to access. It was very interactive and it helped people begin to feel comfortable in our building. And it also showed them our community for the first time. And then yesterday, we welcomed our staff back. Mrs. Walker welcomed the staff back on behalf of the board, and I think she would agree that the energy in the room was palpable. We've not been together as an entire staff in 18 months. We used the time together to prepare our classrooms and have team meetings. However, we also had professional development on the new diversity mandate and on mental health. Even after we bring students back tomorrow, we'll continue with our professional development in the afternoons on Thursday and Friday. We've talked a lot the past 2 days about change and about uncertainty and how we continue to take each day as it comes. However, we also focused on how excited we are and how grateful. Our custodians worked all summer, not just to clean classrooms, but also to figure out how to store additional furniture. It is quite amazing, and I think Mr. Memora would agree, that the MPR that was full of extra tables and desks has been cleared out. Rami has been busy setting up not just new Chromebooks for every fourth grader in the district, but also new MacBooks for every staff member. And I think the staff would say a very big thank you to the Board of Education. You've never seen people hug laptops so much. And our administrative team, well, this district continues to be lucky to be led by them. They were out in the rain today, putting cones out to make sure everyone knew where to go tomorrow morning. They've been knee deep in scheduling. They've dealt with lots of parent concerns. But because of our administrative team and our staff, we're ready. And we can't wait to welcome, wait for this number, 773 students into the building tomorrow. So for those of you watching, we are excited and we are ready to begin the 2021-22 school year.
Thank you. The business administrators report.
Nothing to report, but just would like to say a thank you to the custodial and maintenance staff, as Ms. Sposio said, for all the hard work they did. It was a lot of moving around of furniture, heavy lifting. So just thank you for your work this summer.
Great. Okay, on to the minutes, the review of the minutes of August 11th and approval of the meeting minutes for July 14th and July 28th. Can I have a motion to approve?
I move that we approve the July 14th and the July 28th.
Okay, moved by John Walsh, seconded by Rita. Okay, roll call.
Mrs. Needham,
Yes.
Mrs. Levy,
Yes.
Mrs. Norian,
Yes.
Ms. Shapiro,
Yes on July 14th, abstain July 28th.
Mrs. Walker, Mr. Walsh,
Yes.
Okay, motion is approved. Committee reports, administrative items. Let's see, approval of district goals. I guess administrative items, maybe I'll just move those. No, I shouldn't. Pooja, why don't you?
Sure. I move to approve items A1 through A3.
Okay. Is there any question on any of those items? Okay, seeing none, roll call.
Mrs. Needham,
Yes.
Mrs. Levy,
Yes.
Mrs. Norian,
Yes.
Mrs. Shapiro,
Yes.
Mrs. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Walsh,
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Motions carry. Buildings and grounds. John, you're on buildings and grounds, aren't you? Okay, would you like to take that?
I'd like to present B1 and B2. Second.
Oh, I'll second.
Seconded by Nancy Shapiro. Okay, a roll call. Wait, is there any question on the items?
I just wanted to thank the administration, Ms. Bozios, whomever. I appreciate you making sure that everybody is informed about the indoor mask mandate as a part of the policy of using the school. So thank you.
Okay, roll call.
Mrs. Needham,
Yes.
Mrs. Levy,
Yes.
Mrs. Norian,
Yes.
Mrs. Shapiro,
Yes.
Mrs. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Mrs. Levy, would you do the curriculum since my seat's been changed for the night?
Sure. I believe we haven't had a meeting, we had one before the last meeting where everybody got the update in their last board packet.
Yeah, but didn't we have I don't think we had a meeting since then, I think,
Yeah, it was
Did we?
Last board meeting.
last board meeting?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
The
Okay.
minutes were in this packet
Oh.
for
Yes.
curriculum.
Oh,
Yeah.
my mistake. I'm sorry. Thank you. My apologies.
I thought we had one more currently.
I apologize because
Okay.
all the days go back to back now, and I can't believe that we're already starting to go back to school. So I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We had a great meeting on July 28th. The administration and Mrs. Brancato was able to share with us how they are spending the ESSER funds and what materials and programs will be funded by that. We also reviewed the sixth grade model and the rationale for how we're using just 2 teachers this year, or continuing with the 2-teacher model. And we also reviewed the curriculum for the diversity mandate. Ms. Bozios gave us all, like, there's in front of us were all the books that they were going to be using, and we were able to flip through a lot of them. It was really, it was great to read and sort of see what the students will be doing. We discussed about the language and notifying parents prior to it all going out. And so it was really a great presentation by Ms. Bozios and Mrs. Brancato about what they're going to be doing and how they sort of came up with the books and that sort of thing. So that was great. And all of the details are actually in our plan, including some, I believe the book list was there too. Yes. And you'll see some of the books might be familiar that you've read throughout the years, and some of them are new names and stuff like that. So it was really interesting. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Levy. Finance, Ms. Shapiro.
Thank you. So we have not had a meeting. I have no report. I'd like to introduce items D1 through D10 for approval.
Okay, roll call.
Mrs. Needham,
Yes.
Mrs. Levy,
Yes.
Mrs. Norian,
Yes.
Mrs. Shapiro,
Yes,
Mrs. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes,
Okay, and Mr. Walsh, do we have any delegate report?
no report, but I'd like to ask John a question about workshop, which is coming up in October. Now, I think John has registered all 9 board members plus the administration, some of the administration. And we're able, and paid $900 for that. But we're able to put 25 names on a list. So that's 14 more names or whatever, 12 more names or whatever. And I'd like the administration to think about adding those names. There's a lot of interesting topics that the staff and the administration could use in the workshop.
You know, we have an administrative meeting next week. And so one of the things we can do is we'll look at the list of workshops
That's fine.
and see what's of interest to people or what
I
they,
think, I don't know if John has a date, a time limit to put those names in.
There was no deadline that was specified. So we're registered, and then I can just add as we go prior, obviously prior to the workshop starting.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you. Personnel, Mrs. Walker.
Yes, thank you. I'd like to present F1.
I'll second that.
Okay. Motion made by Ms. Walker, seconded by Mr. Walsh. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Needham,
Yes.
Mrs. Levy,
Yes.
Mrs. Norian,
Yes.
Mrs. Shapiro,
yes,
Mrs. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes,
Okay, motion carries. And policy, Mrs. Levy.
Yes, I'd like to offer G1. As you may or may not know, the governor last year allowed for virtual learning and has abolished it this year. And so we just would like our policies to reflect the current mandate by the governor before the start of school. So with that, I offer G1.
Can I have a second, please? Motion made by Ms. Levy, seconded by John Walsh. Roll call, please. Oh, wait, are there any questions?
I have one question. Does this affect any of our requirements if at all we do have to go remote? Like if there's a situation where we have to, the entire school needs to go remote?
no, this policy specifically stated that as a school district, we had to provide a full virtual program and a hybrid program. So we'd still be under the governor's guidance to go remote if we had to go remote.
it.
This just states that we don't have to offer those 2 programs.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, roll call?
Mrs. Needham,
Yes?
Mrs. Levy,
Yes.
Mrs. Norian,
Yes.
Mrs. Shapiro,
Yes.
Mrs. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Walsh.
Yes.
Okay, and public relations. Mr. Griffin is not, who else is on public relations? Rita?
Yeah.
And Pooja? Pooja, would you like to tell us if has anything happened in public relations?
Of course. So we had a meeting on August 23rd regarding some of the goals of the PR committee, right? So a couple of things that we discussed was just identifying an action plan for the remainder, for the upcoming school year. We also ended up discussing some of the goals and sort of what falls under the purview of the PR committee and maybe what does not, right? And then we did end up taking some action items around, some specifics that we're going to be doing over the school year, participating, just making sure that we, put information out there through newsletters and emails, et cetera. So
Okay.
we did discuss specific action plans.
And has that been shared? I don't remember seeing, okay, I guess I didn't read it carefully. So read over it carefully and I will do the same. Okay. We have not had another COVID task force meeting, I don't believe, because I would have been included in that. So we can skip right over that. And at this time, we are open to the public if public has any questions or comments.
Mrs. Noren, could you tell us how many people are on, if you don't mind?
There are 11 attendees.
Thank you.
And I don't see any hands raised. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say you had to raise your digital hand.
I'm sure they know.
Yeah, I figure you guys must know the drill at this point. Okay, but I don't see any hands raised, so hearing none, we'll go on to old business and new business. Is there anything to address with the board? John? Oh, yeah, turn on your mic.
That would help.
Ms. Posius, did you discuss the vaccine?
I met with the staff at our opening faculty meeting and reviewed Executive Order 253. And we have begun to collect vaccination proof on all of our staff members. And they have been informed of the fact that they will need to, as of October 19th, test, and that the district will only accept molecular testing. And also that non-vaccinated staff members, if need to quarantine, will need to take sick time. So
Thank you.
we had that meeting yesterday.
Okay, thank you.
Kath-
Is there anything else, Ms. Walker?
Yes, just a quick aside. I was here yesterday for the welcome back, and it really was an exciting event. The teachers were so happy it seemed to be back, at least for yesterday. And they all seemed engaged and very, very motivated. Ms. Bozios put up on the screen our 3 goals for the school year and went on to explain that goals 2 and 3 are going to really be focused, will be a real focus. So which is things we haven't seen in quite a while. So I think we're off to really a great start and look forward to more wonderful things to come.
Thank you for representing us, Rita.
You're welcome.
Yes, Ms. Levy?
Thank you. I was at the breakfast as well, but with my PTA hat. And thank you, Rita. Not only did she share our goals, but the picture of all of us at the 4th of July parade that we were all represented. So thank you for that. I wanted to say it was a great atmosphere. I mean, everybody was just really excited, the teachers, and it was nice to have that energy in person again. So, and I think it was, I wanted to thank the administration and everybody for getting us to this point and excited and just hopeful as we all go to sleep tonight. Hopefully, the administration gets to sleep tonight and to start the school year next year. So, thank you. It was a great to have everybody.
Anybody else? I think you pointed out something very important in that we need to thank our administration and our staff for doing such an exemplary job in getting us ready for tomorrow. Because it's taken a lot and it's been a fluid work in progress. And I think you guys have handled it very well, and we'll see with the test of time where we go. Thank you again. Anything else? Do we need a closed session? I don't believe we do. Anybody? Okay, so then I will need a motion to adjourn.
And I'll second it.
No, I need a motion to adjourn. I can't do that. So do you want to make that motion or do you just want to second it, John?
I'm waiting to second it, so
Okay.
somebody else is gonna have to speak.
Okay. Take this opportunity.
I'll second
Okay,
it.
Ms. Levy, and second by John Walsh. And thank you very much. And I believe we're done.